Hi friends, as requested, today I'm going to post a video about vaccination. There are four various varieties available in the world currently. There are four basic varieties available. So whenever you get a chance, do vaccinate yourself, and basically this will help us to get our immune system more proactive to the virus strain, and it will help us to fight against us when we are exposed. So that is the main intention of the vaccination. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about the vaccination program which is available in the world currently, and what is the importance of it, and which technology it is being used, and how it reacts when it is exposed inside our body. So these are the things we are going to discuss in this video. So straight to the topic. First is the whole virus, which is a whole virus vaccine, which is used in the Covishield or the Covaxin, and this is kind of the technology is being taken from the hepatitis A, polio, and rabies. So this is a well-established technology which is already in use, and the same technology is being used here as well. So here the whole virus vaccine, which uses a weakened or a deactivated form of a pathogens which cause COVID-19, will be injected inside our body, and that will proactively increase our immunity to it. So basically, this weakened and deactivated form of pathogen, which cannot infect our cells, or it cannot reproduce. So that is the advantage of this Covishield or Covaxin. And the next thing is like this is like very suitable for people who has compromised immune system, and which is simple, and it is simple to manufacture. Only disadvantage, if you see, it is boosters are required, where based on the strain changes, so boosters are required for this. So next is the RNA based vaccine, which is used in the Pfizer. Technology wise, if you see, there is no currently any vaccine which is uses this technology. But there is a research going on in decade for this technology in Zika virus, influenza, and rabies as well. So mainly this, once injected to the body, what will happen is this is like how it is made of, I'll tell you first. So this is made of the mRNA molecules, which is made in lab from code for a parts of the SARS-CoV-2 virus, and specifically the virus spike protein has been taken it out, and this will be injected, and once injected, the mRNA instructs the cells to produce antigens. That way, this such a spike protein, what will happen is like which are then detected by our immune cells, triggering a immediate response by the body lymphocytes. So that is like mainly the killer T cells will destroy the infected cells, while the B and the helper T cells support the antibody production. So basically, the antigens are getting generated in this vaccine, and which will help us to protect our immune system in the future impacts of the virus. So that is how the functionality of this one has been tested. And see, mainly the concern, if you see, this is like it can produce an unintended immune reaction. So that is one. And since this is a free RNA, the body is quickly broken down. So that is also a disadvantage on this vaccine. And this manufacturing, if you see, this is manufacturing is kind of easy, and only thing is like the storage and the stuffs is kind of a little tedious here. And next one is non-replicating virus vector. So that technology is used in Sputnik. So which is like kind of, see what we how this vaccine introduce. So what to do is like it introduce a modified version of a virus, which is they called it as a vector, and it will deliver to a genetic code for an antigen to generate. So which is like when so what will happen is like when this vector is a spike protein which is found on the surface of the virus. So this is getting injected to the patients, and sorry, injected to the people who are getting vaccinated. So what will our once the body cells are infected, the cells are instructed to produce large amount of antigens. So that is like immediate strong immune response we will get from the body, and this will involves both the B and the T cells as Pfizer. So and another one is like the challenges. If you see, the previous exposure of vector could reduce effectiveness. So that is the one disadvantage here. And also the vaccine are relatively complex to manufacture. So that is also a concern in the Sputnik. Okay, so next thing is the last one is the protein subunit. So that is the Novax, which uses the technology of hepatitis B. So I forgot to tell you the technology of non-replicating viral vector. That is the technology used in is same as Ebola. So Sputnik uses the same technology as Ebola. So coming to the Novax uses the technology of hepatitis B, and this is like a pneumococcal disease as well. The technology is used, and Shigel's also is being used. So these are the main technology has been used in the protein subunit, that is Novax. So here, if you see the how it works is the protein subunit vaccine, which contains a purified pieces of pathogen rather than the whole pathogen itself to trigger an immune response. So it is thought that the vaccine that by restricting the immune system to whole pathogen, the risk of side effects is getting minimized. So that is the main importance of this protein subunit. And if you see benefit wise, if you see the protein subunit vaccination is a well established technology, and it is advantageous to those who has compromised immune system. And this challenge, if you see, this is again manufacturing wise is more complex, and the booster shots might be required for this as well. So main thing is like whichever you are taking vaccine, you have to again follow the same protocol, wear mask, and be safe whenever possible. Like you can avoid some of the travels and stuff like that. Avoid it, and try to be safe, and get yourself vaccinated to fight against the deadly virus COVID. Thank you all.